Hi, I am Kira858, and today we're bringing you episode 6 of Lords of Faerun. As always, we want to say a big thank you to everyone for coming by. Your support for the show has allowed us to grow, and we truly appreciate it. I'm so excited to bring you today's episode, but first, we have a few things to discuss. Lords of Faerun is now sponsored by Die Hard Dice. I was super excited. I've been wanting to announce it for a long period of time, but I was like, oh, I'm horrible with secrets. Horrible with secrets. So Die Hard Dice is an incredible company that produces gorgeous dice and dice associated items such as dice scrolls, dice trays, dice bags, and more. They just recently released their dice products to support Pride, and which includes the beautiful Dracona Rainbow set. A portion of their profits are given to LGBT charities. And if you use the promo code Faerun, you can get a discount off of your purchase. Plus, using the promo codes helps us as content creators. We can give you more content. So head on over to Die Hard Dice and level up your dice game today. So yes, we're super excited about that. Thank you again, Die Hard Dice, for the sponsorship. Lord of Faerun is also sponsored by Idle Champions. Idle Champions is one of the biggest D&D games around, and by entering exclamation mark code in chat, you will receive a code for a free Electrum chest. This chest provides free premium content to help accelerate your progress in the game. And you know they recently released all the new characters with pandas freely as a platinum, so you can use those chests to help with that. So enjoy with that. And like I said, just hit exclamation mark code in chat, and that will give you your code for Idle Champions. And if you like the show and would like to support us, Lord of Faerun has a Patreon. All the funds sent to our Patreon goes directly to the cast, and the Patreon offers exclusives content like after shows, podcasts, Patreon exclusive Discord channels, and even bonus episodes. Once we reach a certain goal, we will be able to shoot our more bonus episodes. More so, the next bonus episode will be determined by our Patreon members. A poll will be generated with ideas of pairings and circumstances, and the winner of the poll will be our next bonus episode. I can't wait to see what our Patreon members choose, and this is just another way of saying thank you for supporting us. Your contributions helps us as content creators. And if you're not able to contribute financially, but would still like to support us, liking, retweeting, and getting the word out does help so much. As you can see, with sponsorships and such, it's been absolutely incredible. So thank you all so much. It truly makes a major difference. And we appreciate all the love and support you've done for the channel. So with that said, it's time to introduce our cast. And of course, we're going to have to start with our returning special guest, Vanna. Vanna, you'd like to talk about yourself and who you're playing?
Yeah, I am playing Shireen today, the storm giant half-sister of Kira's character. And I stream full-time on Twitch, twitch.tv/Vanna, VANA. And I also make tabletop content. I run a show for new players joining the hobby called Pull Up a Sheet. And I also run a 5th edition long-term campaign called From Dusk Till Dark, which is season 2 is premiering on the 27th at 3 p.m. ET on my channel. And that's me.
Yay! We're so happy to have you back. She was asking me for notes. I was like, the biggest note you need to realize is Latrell believes Shireen has the most comfortable traps in all of existence. So that's the only note you
No
really
arguments here. No arguments here.
So next, of course, start with our DM, Lisa. Lisa, like to talk about yourself?
Hello, hi. Yes, I'm Eliza Pearl. I'm DMing this campaign. You can find me at Eliza Pearl on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Appease Eliza on Twitch. I'm going to start streaming a sci-fi game soon. I still haven't decided which one. It's either going to be Portal 2 or something else. I don't know. But I am also now streaming on Ripley Improv's Twitch, Witcher 3. And yeah, so yes, follow along for that. I just started playing it. It's very fun. I'm doing it on easy mode because I'm not going to lie, I'm doing it on easy mode. I don't care.
Nothing wrong with that.
That is super valid. I just want to say.
Thank you. Thank you.
I play almost all my games on easy mode. So.
Oh, good. Okay. Thank you for that. So yeah, come check that out.
Awesome. Next, we're going to have Glyza. Glyza, like to talk about yourself and who you're playing?
Hey guys, I'm Glyza from Classical Adventures for One, a podcast about classical books where I read it dramatically as well as talk about like different trivias that I found interesting. I am playing Helena, an elf with a secret. She's really good at keeping the secret. It's not her fault that the player isn't as good, but she is really good at keeping her secret. So Helena is who I'll be playing today.
Perfect. And working our way down, we have, of course, the fantastic Diana. Diana, would like to talk about yourself and who you're playing?
Hi, I'm Diana. I'm Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. I am co-host of the podcast Femsplained and author of the 5th edition setting guide to play D&D in Neverland, which I think since the last time I was on here has had a big update. There is now a subclass by Nor Enigma and 2 adventures, one level 1 to 3 and one level 5 to 7. So there's lots of cool new stuff in there. And that's it.
Perfect. Of course, we have the great Adrian B. You'd like to talk a bit about yourself and who you're playing?
Hey folks, I'm Adrian, or Aries, you can call me either, and I am playing Jesse Diaz today, and you can find me on the internet at the Adrian Bear on Twitter, and I am a Twitch streamer of sorts and do TTRPG content, and recently I have been working on a book with Hunters Entertainment for the Altered Carbon New Jersey setting, so I'm super excited for whenever that comes out, for you guys to see how my vision of a future South Africa is displayed. I think you will all enjoy that very, very much. And join us tomorrow at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the Bear Pen for Blood on the Bayou, part 1 of our season finale. Gonna be lit.
Oh, yes. I'm in it as well, so I'm super excited for that. I can't wait for it. And last but certainly not least, of course, we have Ree. Ree, would like to talk about yourself and who you're playing?
Hello, everyone. I am at Big Dude Ree on the socials, and I'm playing the lovely bard Avis Nokwani. And as for things going on with me, we can't quite state it yet, but something fun is coming very soon that I do look forward to sharing with everyone. So keep your eyes open.
Once again, horrible with secrets. So I'm just going to transition on that super quick. as for yours truly, I am Kira858. Of course, you can see me here for Lords of Faerun. We also, of course, do Riverwood Academy every Tuesday. And as stated, you know what? I'm going to stop. I'm not going to say anything more. So with that said, we'll go ahead and bring you to our intro video for episode 6 of Lords of Faerun. And transition.
Latreo. Avis. Jesse. Helena. Ice. Elliot. Aliza as DM. Lords of Faerun.
Yeah.
All right. And we are now back. So with that said, Aliza, take it away.
All right. So we pick up back where we left off. You all are on the riverbanks of a river that cuts across the Vasan Valley, the river Pelover. You're basically in the northwest upper corner of the Vasa Valley, just cradled between this riverbank and the Great Glacier. Now, in the last session, you all noticed that there were some kind of cubby holes on the side of the glacier, several of these, but one in particular looks like it goes further back than the rest of them. and you all were heading in that direction with Shireen, Latreu's storm giant half-sister, along with the party.
Okay. And we see like there was like some holes there, right? If I remember correctly.
Right. Large holes in the side of this glacier. They look to be about the size of a tall person, tall humanoid from your vantage point.
Shireen, not to be, presumptuous or anything, but anything you could do about that? Because I don't know if we're going to fit you in there.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. And with that, she'll sort of yank out the chain that has the rune around her neck and rub her thumb across it and mumble something to herself. And with that, she will reduce down to sort of more a general size of the rest of the party.
Okay.
So Latreo, who is on her shoulders, just starts to notice his things. The height just starts to shrink. Like,
Oh yeah, he just falls for sure. No warning.
You have quite a lot of tricks, Shireen.
Okay, just to clarify again, you're not flirting with me, right?
I
mean,
people don't usually just ask that.
It's been a while, so I just don't think I have the insight anymore to discern it or not. So I thought I'd just be direct.
I was just making an observation.
Okay, great.
Helena is
Not flirting.
Helena is looking at Shireen and just sort of like trying to peek at the whatever it is she rubbed, just because that could really be helpful in a lot of things that Helena is into. So she's just sort of like looking
I'm sorry,
and seeing. I mean, she's an elf with a secret, and there are certain things that she would want to go big or go small, and she just wants to look at it. She's not gonna ask outright, but you can tell she's obviously very interested in what just happened.
Are you flirting with me?
I mean, do you want me to?
I mean, it's not a question of want, but I just need to ask.
Elliot will see Galiza looking and like eyeing it, and he'll just kind of quietly like to the side, like, what do you read about her? What are your thoughts?
Can I hear this?
I don't.
I'm going to try to not be. I'm attempting not to let
Just
you.
ask both of you if you're flirting with me, and then you turn your backs to me and whisper
Just be
to
like,
each other.
start
Is that
whispering
what
to each other. That is exactly what's happening. And Helena is gonna go. I don't
Shireen
know.
literally does the like himbo energy, like head scratch, like
I don't know. I just met her. I've been gone for a little bit, and I think she's very interesting.
Yes, that I agree. Very interesting.
just to clarify, can I at least roll a dexterity check to see if I at least land on my feet as I fall off her shoulder?
No,
Sure.
don't let him fall on his face.
Honestly, I won't allow it. So
What, you just hit
I
me
just
when I'm
want him
falling
to
down?
fall on his butt.
Why would you do such a thing? Okay,
Let's
here we
see
go.
what the dice have to say.
Yeah. Well, you got your wish, fam. You got your wish because I rolled a 3. I rolled a 3.
Yeah.
So that hurt. You just hear just go, oops, oh.
oh, sorry.
The glutes.
I guess I'm not used to someone riding up there, so I didn't.
Yeah.
You did
it's
say
okay.
it's been a while, but I mean, people. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are you flirting with me?
Well, I mean,
I do
I
wanna-
could. I definitely think she was flirting with you earlier, and he's
I
pointing
do
at
wanna-
ice. But the rest of them, I'm not sure. I mean, I
do
could
wanna-
definitely flirt with you.
I do want to say that Jesse flirts with everyone, and that's just how he is. So I just want to.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's
so
very
you are
true.
flirting with me because you flirt with everyone.
Probably.
I'd like for anyone who wants to roll an Arcana check about Shireen's rune.
To find out who's flirting with Shireen.
I was just about to say.
You have to roll an Arcana check.
roll for flirting.
Not exactly. Not exactly.
No. That's a 9 for Elliot. No, not very good.
Okay.
That's a natural 20 for Helen.
Okay.
No, that's
I
a
did
2.
natural 1.
Latreyu, you can also roll history
Okay.
or
It's a 0 for JC.
Okay.
Natural 2
a
minus
0.
2.
Okay.
He said what was it again?
Arcana,
history?
or for
Arcana.
you,
Or history.
yeah.
So it makes sense. I rolled a 15.
Okay.
Makes sense because all of my attacks is based upon rune magic. So I can.
Yeah. Okay. So after you not so gracefully tumble off of Shireen's shrinking traps,
Oh, okay.
you are kind of rubbing your sore glutes,
Yep.
and something dawns on you. And at the same, Avis, what did you roll on that? Did you roll the Arcana? Okay. So at the same time, you and Helena have kind of the same realization. But Latreyu, for you also remember that this rune is something that belonged to your mother. Helena, the thought pops into your head. This is how a storm giant and an elf had a kid.
And you can see her smile and be like, that makes so much more sense now. Yeah. And she's saying this out loud.
Did you say something?
No. I just realized something, Latrell makes so much more sense now.
He looks aside. He was like, "What do you mean? I don't understand."
It's okay, Latrell. It's okay. Just taps the shoulder. Be like, this is a conversation for later when you're older. It's okay.
Okay. He kind of turns his head and goes,
I don't know if I understand what you mean. The boy's 19.
well, 18, but yeah.
18.
You all are certainly very excited today.
So that rune, Shireen, did that belong to Mother?
Yeah. How do you think you
Happened.
Oh.
all this?
Well, that answers that, Latreya.
He again, he doesn't understand that type of ordeal at all. For those who missed a few episodes ago, like he literally gets to get hit over the head to understand romantic cues. So
I don't know if like now is the time to have the talk, but if you want to have it later, we can have it later.
So, Latreya, you remember a few years ago, I stopped in that
Birds and
that
bees and all that.
special place of business, and I explained some things to you first. It has a little bit to do with that same subject matter.
Why were
Okay.
you at that shop exactly?
Well, I have no shame in patronizing those kinds of.
People have needs, Avis. It's okay.
Thank you, Helena.
You're welcome. I got you.
Thank you.
I think that was the name of the last one I went to. It was called like People Have Needs.
The names have gotten very uncreative. As time goes on.
People Have Needs LLC.
Yeah.
BRB rebranding.
Okay. Hey,
Should we check out these holes?
I think there was another one I went to down in Kellenport.
Should we check out these holes LLC?
Elliot has a bit of like blush to his face. at this point, and we'll start to like continue moving.
Okay,
The
speaking
trail
of
is so
which,
confused. He falls. He's so confused.
speaking of which, you all are within striking distance of the glacier wall now. And you look up, and halfway up is that tunnel that you had spotted from afar. This tunnel, you can tell that it goes deeper because of the way the light doesn't reach towards the back. Whereas the other tunnels, there's shades of dark blues and grays because the light is kind of shining through the ice into the first 10-ish feet of those openings. But this one, it's just darkness.
This is going to be a strange question, but if I sort of fly up into one of those tunnels and I kind of break off a little bit of, I don't know, some snow or dust or something like that, can I taste anything interesting?
Do you want to taste and see? Okay. And tell me which part, where exactly in this opening are you taking ice or something from?
Not too far, in like maybe 5 feet.
Okay, but I mean like the wall, the ground, the ceiling, or...
Oh, I'm hoping that there's maybe like a little bit of snow or something that's drifted in to the start of the cave mouth there. So I'm gonna essentially hope it's not yellow snow, but if there might be some red snow there, that might be useful. But I'm trying to get a sense of if anything potentially dead was brought through here.
Okay. Yeah, there would be some snow that has collected around the opening. So yeah, you can scoop some of that up and try it. Go ahead and roll survival.
Okay.
If you roll a 1, is it yellow snow?
Indeed.
Is it yellow snow?
If you get sick doing this, I will not heal you.
Not too much in that one. That's an 8. Nope. 9.
It just tastes like snow to you.
Because I was, and this might be a weird side for you all, but well, I mean, it depends on how quickly y'all get up there, because Jessica can fly and everything. But yeah, you literally is like tasting the snow. Because I know maybe that's a bit strange, but I was just thinking like if some of the other dragons did bring things through here and they were dead, maybe, I don't know, some blood or something got left in the snow. I'm not the best tracker in the world, but I reckon I'd know what blood tasted like, but who knows?
I think you would have gotten the same effect if you just smelled it.
I don't know, maybe, but like snow just kind of smells like snow, though.
That makes sense, yeah.
While you were up there, let's do a little rewind/insert before you come back down and tell them this. While you're up there, go ahead and roll perception.
All right. That's good. That's real good. 26.
Whoo!
Damn.
So you flew up there, tasted the snow. It just tastes like snow. But before you go back down to the rest of your party, you actually hear the sound of pickaxes deep inside the tunnel echoing back to you.
I think this is the plot of Snow White.
Yeah, it's good. So when Jesse flies back down, it's like, it's definitely people in there, though. I don't know. We didn't get too much from Imra. Maybe local inhabitants. Shireen, do you know who else might be here? Are there dwarves in these mountains, or anything else along that lines?
Would I know that?
Oh, you would know who is in the area. So yes, in Vasa there are dwarves in the area. There are orcs who live in the area, and then there are some humans.
What about occupying like this like very specific area?
No, you wouldn't have spent much time
on
this part of the glacier.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not uncommon to see dwarves and humans and orcs wandering these parts, but as far as, what kind of people inhabit this very specific area, I'm not sure.
I wonder if those other white dragons might be keeping folks against their will or something, making them dig out tunnels.
But I can certainly find out for you. I've been told I have a way with words.
Need a boost?
Of course, if you're willing.
I could also fly up and investigate before you guys talk to them, just to see what it's like in there. I have, as I mentioned earlier, the ability to make myself hidden. I have a lot of abilities, so
That's
I
good.
think
for the sneaky stuff.
anything that could give us an advantage, we should certainly try,
All right.
just
so
in case.
good plan. Good plan. Yeah. You can go in there first, and then I can bring Avis up after. But be careful, right?
Don't worry.
We're done with the kids with us right now, so be careful.
So Helena uses her boots to fly up to that area, spends a little, magic to turn invisible. And of course, she's not completely silent, but she's going to be stealthily trying to walk in so that, well, actually, she's going to float in just in case the snow makes some noises. So she's going to float in with her flying boots.
Okay. So as you float in with your flying boots, first of all, there's a few feet on all sides of you. This tunnel is about 8 feet or so in diameter. So you are able to fly through it with, not touching the sides and as you described. You get further in, the light starts to wane, and soon you get to this like dark blue, almost navy blue darkness ahead of you. And I'll let you decide how far you go, but the closer you get, you start to hear the sounds of those pickaxes getting louder. You also start to hear people talking. And
I want to be close enough to see if I understand what they're saying.
okay.
Or at least recognize that, the words or whatever. I wouldn't, if I actually understand what they're saying, if they're speaking the language.
Great. Yeah, I would say you get to, once it gets dark, you don't have any, do you have, oh wait, you're an elf. Do you have dark vision?
I do not.
Oh, okay. So once it gets darker, you probably go a little bit further in than that, but not too much further. And at that point, you are able to make out the words specifically that they're saying. And I'll just tell you this, you recognize, wait, what are your languages again?
They are Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Draconic.
Okay, so you recognize a lot of the words as Common and Dwarvish words, but then there's some other words thrown in there that you don't recognize, and it's just they're speaking in this kind of like mixture of, it sounds like a few different languages.
Do I understand what they're talking about?
Go ahead and roll. Roll intelligence.
So that's going to be an 11.
Okay, yeah, you can make out, you're kind of piecing together what they're saying from the Common and Dwarven words that you understand. And you're hearing basically just people giving each other instructions, like, go a little bit further on that side. This one's giving way really well. Things like that. Mm-hmm. I need a fresh one. Hand me a fresh one. So it's kind of like the language of
work.
Yeah, work language.
Mm-hmm. Do I notice anything in the cave, or is it too dark?
Yeah, it's still, you're in the dark area. You can't really see anything else.
So I am gonna slowly back out, and just to not draw attention to myself, fly back out of the dark cave.
Okay.
And then I fly back down around to them and I tell them there seems to be some workers in there and they seem to be digging for things. Definitely, I think they're speaking a little bit of Dwarvish in there, but there are certain things that I can't really understand. I think they're just there for work. I don't know what they're working about for though, but there's definitely people in there.
So they don't sound as if they're being, held against their will or
I
work.
don't think so.
They didn't seem distressed.
I think they had a purpose and they were just there for that purpose. They didn't seem like they were being, forced to work, from what I heard. I mean.
And you said it's kind of like Dwarvish that you don't understand. And Jesse will look at Avis. Are they ringing any bells?
I can't say for sure. I know there are dwarves who commonly reside in the Underdark that speak a slightly different language, but I'd have to hear it to know for certain.
Do you want me to bring you up?
Of course.
Now it's my turn to be Shireen. Get on my shoulders.
I don't know if you have the traps for that.
Just be careful from the fall.
What do you mean? I mean, they're not as
This is
impressive
what
as
I
yours.
mean.
But
And she flexes and the trap is
Meet
a
my
cartoonish,
guns, man.
a cartoonish mound of muscle.
just as I'm still impressive as he's flying. This guy.
Okay,
Question for the DM: do we have our dragons with us as well?
yes, you do.
Didn't we leave him?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, remind me. Do you remember where you left them?
We had decided to leave him
riverbank?
closer to like the lakeside place there because we didn't want in case the other white dragons.
Oh, that's
were
right,
there.
because we
right.
wanted
Yeah.
them safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was going to be just a more stealthy mission, so you decided not to take the dragons.
Yep.
Okay, so Jesse, you float Avis up,
Mm.
and yes, you do you want to fly him in? I think the two of you together would be too tall for this entrance. It's 8 feet.
Probably. I was just gonna fly him to where the entrance is, where you get off, and then once he gets off, I'd say, "Do you need me to come with you, or do you want to go on by yourself, or you want me to be back just a little bit?"
Let's just stay out here. I'm a bit concerned that companions may be distracted with their own devices and get snuck up on by something. I should be able to handle a few people on the mountain.
All right. Well, at least this, and he's holding up his spear. This will let me know if anything untoward is coming our way. So I'll keep an ear out for you and holler down to the others, and maybe run in and get you like lickety split if I need to.
Oops. Any alternative walk further in?
Okay. You see the same thing that Helena saw. So just a tunnel of ice on all sides. As you get further in, the light starts to wane. It's more of a blue light until it gets to a very dark light. But you have dark vision, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for you, this dark light actually just turns to grayscale. And as you continue down this ice wall and get closer, you see several figures at the end of the tunnel. You see them raising tools and chipping into the ice. If you like to get closer, I'm going to have you roll. I'm going to have you roll to see if you want to get their attention, or if you don't want to get their attention, but you want to get closer, you're going to need to roll stealth.
Okay. Yeah, he'll want to get closer, see if we can overhear what they're saying before introducing himself.
I will let you roll stealth with advantage because of the pickaxe sounds.
19.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get a little bit closer to probably about 30 feet away from them. And just as Helena mentioned, they are speaking some type of dwarvish mixture of common and some other language. What are your languages?
Common, Elvish, Giant, Primordial, and Undercommon.
Okay. Elvish, common, primordial. So you don't understand the dwarven words, but you understand the common words that are coming out of their mouth. And similar to Helena, you're picking up that they're just giving each other directives like go, move, faster, hurry, things like that. You're picking up. You even hear one of them pull, or you can see one of them pull like a piece of bread out from their satchel and say, "Here," and hand it to someone else.
All right, and he will step out and introduce himself. Hello, everyone. You all don't sound like you're having a thrilling time working in the mines.
Okay. The chopping stops, and you see these forms turn around very cautiously, ice picks in hand. You notice now, too, that you're close enough. Some of them are very tall, like almost as tall as the tunnel is, and some of them are very short.
Well, don't stop on my accord.
What language are you speaking?
Common.
Okay. You hear an answer back in common from one of the shorter forms. Who goes there?
A friend. Who are you?
And one of the taller forms says, who are you?
Don't think that works like that. If I ask first and then you ask after, I don't think it impels me to answer.
The shorter one says, we're just some miners. What do you want?
I seem to have gotten lost while traveling, and I was hoping someone could direct me back to town proper.
Someone else who's on the shorter side of tall, kind of a medium height form, says, lost? That's a lie.
So
did you follow us here? And then another shorter form says, yeah, did you follow us here from Rosha?
Rosha. Never heard of it.
One of them is going to step forward closer to you. The shorter one who spoke first earlier, and trying to get a better look at you in the darkness. This person is a dwarf, and you see them just like peer into your face and say, no, you're not from Rosha.
I'm not. Just a wandering musician who was searching for a way towards a nearby town. You said you were miners. For which company?
One of the ones back at the wall says, okay, this is... if you're going to waste our time, then you should just go. There's nothing here for you. And he starts picking at the ice again. And a couple of the others follow his lead, but then a couple of the others are still directing their attention towards you.
Can I just ask real quick how much of this the rest of us can hear from where we are? None of it?
You can't hear it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for which company are you mining for?
The shorter one looks back at the rest of the group, starting to pick at the ice again, and then turns to you and says, hey, listen, clearly you don't, well, I don't know. You don't seem like you mean us any harm, but we're on a tight schedule. And no, it's not, we're not working for anyone. We're just on a specific mission, you might say. Is there anything that you need? Are you stuck?
I don't know if I would say stuck per se. A wanderer, so perhaps I can assist you all for a moment or two before being on my way.
Sure, you can help us dig.
Of course.
And
you grab a pickaxe.
Okay. You want to just help them dig?
Yes. However, while he's digging, he would like to look around. Are they collecting gemstones, or do they seem like they're digging for something specific? Like, are Are they looking for something, or are they just collecting like gold and ore and stuff?
Yeah, I'll just tell you, they have like gear with them that maybe they could carry things in, but it doesn't seem like they're like collecting gemstones or anything. They've just been digging, looks like.
What exactly are we digging for?
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Well, I'll let you decide. Well, yeah, roll persuasion, unless there's something else you want to roll.
Okay, persuasion's okay with me.
Okay.
19 plus 13, 32.
Okay. While still pickaxing next to you, the medium height person, who you now see is a half orc, half dwarf, says, we're from the town of Rosha. You probably haven't heard of it. No one really has. And we're on our adulthood mission. We're out here trying to find the dragon's lair. And if we can find it in the next 2 days, we'll be the first from our village to ever succeed in doing so.
Ooh, a good story and a mystery. I love it. But why? Which dragons?
The ice dragons, the white dragons that live up top. Like,
I see.
So there's this story in our village that their lair is somewhere within this ice wall, and for generations, people have tried to dig into it far enough to get there, and we've gotten the furthest. We might actually reach it.
Amazing. Well, then I guess we should get to work. But if you do find it, then what will you do after that? I imagine the dragons won't be very happy.
Well, we'll try to get away with our lives, maybe take a few trinkets back home to show that we did it.
That doesn't sound like the most secure plan, but it does sound exciting.
And one of the shorter ones nearby says, it's not a great plan, but I don't know. I think we have a chance. None of our ancestors, none of the elders in the village have gotten this far, so why not us? And then others say, yeah, why not us? Pickaxing.
DM, so Jesse can hear this though, right? Because he was focused on making sure that Avis is okay.
How is your hearing? Do you have like a special hearing thing? Because you're pretty
not,
far.
but he was up there to be like an in-between point.
Were you following behind him though as he went further into the tunnel?
Like really inside the tunnel though, right?
The idea was that Jesse would be close enough to hear if Avis would be in trouble.
Okay,
so
then
I don't know. I mean, but also close enough so that if he needed to like call to the others, he could like go out and call to the others. So I don't know what relative distance he would have needed to keep for that.
I would say you would need to be within like 20-ish feet to hear this whole conversation. So that means you would have to be inside the tunnel with him, following behind. Which
would that keep me within range of speaking to the others though, if I needed to?
You would have to fly back out to get to them.
Because I feel like he would have wanted to be within range of calling to the others, but just to not necessarily to hear what they're saying, but just to like be able to hear if Avis is making like a noise.
You could hear if Avis were to shout, then you would have heard it at the entrance to the tunnel.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
If you wanted to hear conversation though, you'd have to be closer.
Cool.
Okay, so you're at the entrance.
I don't hear any of that. Cool.
Okay. But so far, you haven't heard any shout from Avis. You probably did notice that the pickaxes stopped briefly and then started again. But otherwise, nothing else yet.
At what point should we check on him?
Avis usually has a plan for stuff with his talking, but if if you guys want to go up, I mean, I too can fly. I can help
I
you.
don't want to interrupt his plan, but I would like to be nearer, just in case.
I guess we could just go stay by the cave. I don't think that Avis is in danger.
Okay.
And even if he was, he would have the capability of taking care of himself. But if you guys want, I could probably carry you, Elliot. Not sure about our bigger friends, but I could definitely carry you.
No, I think you're right. He's got it. He's got it handled.
Helena is gonna look at Shireen for a moment, but basically just the rune, because she's really interested in the rune, but she's also very awkward. So Shireen might notice that Helena is staring, but is not really saying anything. Just so you're aware, that's basically what she's.
Are you looking at my breasts?
Huh? They're very nice. They're very nice, though.
Oh,
What?
It's also hard to not really, because you're very tall. I just come up to here.
How tall is your character?
She is 5'5". She's not very tall.
Okay, yeah, I imagine reduced size. Maybe Shireen's like 6 feet or something.
Cool. She's definitely like just
Eliza?
sort of.
What's that?
Does that make sense, Eliza?
You can choose.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that does make sense. Sure. Just for info, the tray was about 9 feet, right?
Yeah, so I'm towering over her now. So I'm like,
Towering.
oh, that's how it feels.
Not exactly like that.
Okay, so back up at the end of the tunnel. Avis, do you just continue pickaxing alongside this crew, this motley crew?
Well, a little longer. Who exactly sent you on these missions?
So in common, once again, the half-orc, half-dwarf next to you says, it's a tradition. It's a tradition in our village. So the whole village, I guess, sent us?
But who started the tradition?
I don't know, like our great grandparents? I don't know.
Fascinating. And it's this spot specifically. There's no other dragons nearby, perhaps?
Giants? Well, no, I mean, no. I don't know. What? Just gets really confused. You definitely get himbo vibes from all of these people.
I love himbo vibes.
This is the himbo episode of Lords of Faerun.
Himbo.
One of those names, Throttle.
Don't bring up Throttle.
It's my crush from Biker Mice from Mars.
Oh. I've been watching American Gladiators old episodes, so that sounds like one of their names, Throttle.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if they didn't want fairies to exist, why make hot mice riding bikes and show them to children? Like, this is one of those things. Like,
it changes a person when you see a hot mouse on a motorcycle.
It does.
I've never seen this. I need to see this.
It was amazing.
Came out in 96, 98, something like that. It's very silly.
Okay, so Avis.
Well, excuse me for a moment. Is there a restroom near here?
A question, you said?
A restroom? A bathroom?
Your friend points to just like the edges of this tunnel. You're looking at it right there, and you see like pools of yellow ice.
You did it. No, Jesse.
I see. Give me a moment. And then he does take the pickaxe with him until he gets to like a corner, and then he just drops the pickaxe and then walks back towards where Jesse is.
Okay. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So you
Well-
walk back out to Jesse.
Well, these people are going to die very soon, to be honest. It appears that there's someone else looking for the dragons as well, and they have managed to convince a bunch of people that there's some sort of ritual or coming of age ceremony related to finding them. They do not have a plan for what to do after they find them. So we could use them for a distraction.
Should we stop them from?
Oh, wait, did you come all the way back or just to Jesse?
Oh, right.
Just Jesse.
Just
Yes.
is like, well, I know we use them for a distraction. I mean, I feel bad about those folks. Maybe part of me is wondering if they've seen a dragon, if they're thinking like it's a good idea just to go digging into their caverns. Like, are we even sure that the other dragon clan is still alive at this point? I mean, if these folks are digging for their there and they haven't found anything.
They seem very confident that they could find them.
Well, do you think we want to go back and help dig? That sounds awfully like it's going to take a long ass time.
I'm afraid physical labor isn't really my thing. I leave that to you and the trade.
Well, let me take you down and we can have a talk with the others. And we'll fly back down and gently deposit him on the ground. Why don't you tell him what you just told me, Avis?
A quick description. There are miners up there. They are quite stupid, and they will probably die because they are looking for the dragons and have no plan on what to do after they find the dragons. So we could use them as a distraction, or we could try to help them.
Use them as a distraction. Avis, I've never heard of you talk like this before.
Yes, I
They are
have to say.
pinned on the wall.
Well, frankly, where else are they going to go? I mean, it's that or off the cliff, I guess, but, we walk down there, so.
A chamber pot could work. There are so many other options in it, but that is besides the point. For them, it is a ceremony to find the dragons, and should we take that from them?
Are you saying they're miners?
I suppose they are, yes.
Really quick, Elisa, does this sound like a familiar ritual to Shireen? Like either from her clan or like a different one?
Go ahead and roll Arcana.
Um, 15.
You haven't heard of these specific people, but you know that this is this seems like kind of a Vasan thing.
Okay.
There these like rituals to prove your strength, to test your whether you're ready to go out into the world as an adult, or whether you're ready to defend your village. Even this, this is a Vasan thing that.
Does this one seem more extreme though?
It seems more reckless for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of life and Vasa don't.
My other ones might be like fight a bear, which
Right.
is also reckless, but this is like
But
takes
like
it.
go into a white dragon's lair seems like go die. Right?
Yeah.
They're probably not the most cared for members of their village if they're tasked with go into that lair and then come back with proof. There
Well,
might
they-
not be
Do we know?
the most cared for.
Do we know, Avis, who told them that this was a ritual they needed to do? Because I feel quite concerned about that.
They said that it is a family tradition for their village. I forget the name of their village exactly. Started with an R, but I was very distracted. But yes, we could go and visit those people after this.
Why does it matter? We're going to go to the dragon's lair and then kill them all, and then our dragons will sit there as well. So then they're just by the time they're free, the dragons will already be dead, and then they could have some of the trinkets.
Well, if they believe this is some sort of ritual that needs to be completed by each generation, our dragons could be next. If they are indeed in that nest next.
Oh, in terms of trying to steal from our dragon's lair?
Well,
Good.
Possibly.
I don't know if Emer was too specific about like the Hellfang clan having taken over the lairs of the Pen clan. I know they definitely wiped them out and took over some of the territory, but I don't know if the lair would be the same. So that's something I guess we'd have to find out. But these folks up there in the tunnel, if they are just digging and trying to find some way in, do we assist that to try and find our own way in, or do we head up to the top of the glacier and try and find an above entrance? Because I'm not too for using them for a distraction, because they just sound like, kids on a journey of discovery of sorts. And, we might not understand their culture, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm not really sure where we want to proceed. Do we want to go find their village and just ask, hey, why do you send them to this specific place? Or do we want to go in there and break some walls down and try and get in quicker?
I think it's pretty obvious why they're here. There's someone in their village that wants to make the money from the dragon's hoard, but doesn't want to come here themselves, so they send people who to die. Yeah, and if they succeed in grabbing things, then they succeed in grabbing things.
Yes, that is what it sounds like.
Well,
At this
not
moment, you hear.
necessarily.
At this moment, you hear. Huh! There it is! Ah! It's giving way! You hear lots of those of you who speak any combination of Common or Dwarvish, or actually, there's a third language you all haven't figured out yet. But you hear shouts, excited shouts from up above, echoing out of the tunnel.
They
And
don't
it's
even
loud.
quiet about it.
Well,
They don't even quiet about it.
Should move.
I'm gonna go fly up there. Just,
the trail starts to climb. He's like, oh, time to go.
Same.
So she holds her hand out to possibly Elliot to just,
Thank you, Helena.
So and then just like flies up there.
Oh, wait, first Latrell will look towards Shireen and say, you want to get on my shoulders?
No, I don't.
It's not, what? It's fun. He's confused. He was like, it's like the best time. Like, why would you reduce, like, Baby Yoda appearance? Okay, never mind. And he
I'm
just
only several feet smaller than you. I can't sit on your shoulder. And anyways, she rubs the necklace again and grows back to her normal size to step past the obstacle.
He's a smirk, and he's like, oh, I see what you did there. And he starts to climb up.
So, Shireen, at your full height, you are 26 feet tall, which puts you at about a third of the height of the glacier wall.
Okay.
So you are at a point where you are, if you reach up, you can get them high enough where, pit stains. You can get them high enough up to the wall, the side of the wall, where they could probably get a good boost and get up to the.
Yeah, I'll offer a ride to anybody who wants one.
Oh, the trail always takes it. He's
Put
like,
my hand down.
uppies.
Okay. You are
my
too old
favorite.
for uppies.
Uppies.
I'm gonna cut you off if you call them uppies.
If Elliot hears that in any sense, he's just like, oh God.
Latreus uppies are my favorite.
Uppies.
Okay, so Who all wants a ride from Shireen? Who wants uppies from Shireen?
Uppies. Oh my
Uppies.
god.
I am sticking with Helena.
Jesse's just laughing and shaking his head a little bit and flying up. And as he flies up close enough to Elliot's ear, it's like, we definitely have to get him and Siva together. All I'm saying is, maybe it'll broaden his horizons a little bit. It's just one of those things.
He's doing fine. It's just he's reverting a little bit with this reunion.
He misses his family. It's okay.
Exactly.
He's remembering.
He's having
to be
a
a
moment.
child.
It's
okay.
cute as heck, but
I mean, I wouldn't call it cute. He's 6 feet tall, but it is interesting.
It is.
He's 9
it
feet
is
tall.
9 feet tall. Yep.
He's 9 feet tall.
Yep.
With
Yes.
muscles and going uppies. It's hilarious.
Well, I mean, to be fair, how tall do you think giant children are? It's all relative, really.
Helena
kind of
is
like a
Helena
juxta-
is
what do they
full
call
on
that?
encouraging this
Juxtaposition.
because she thinks it's hilarious. She's
It's
full
just-
on encouraging this.
children.
Yes, he hasn't. He's been without uppies for so many years, so I understand what's happening here.
Okay, so
Anyway.
through various means, you all have arrived at the opening. Is it fair to say you all are going up to the opening of this tunnel?
Yes.
Okay. And Shireen, you are able to ferry everyone up, and then you you hang on to the side, reduce yourself, and you're back up. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Or do you want to stay big? Okay.
And I can't go in between. I can only be big or small.
I hadn't worked out that part of your rune magic.
We'll just keep it big and small then.
Okay. All right.
If there's space, I guess actually I'll stay big for right now.
Okay. Yeah, you can be standing nearby.
Okay.
The rest of you standing in the entrance to this tunnel, those of you who do have dark vision can see.
Helena play some magic lights.
Oh,
by the
great.
way. Just
Okay.
turns it on. She's like, I don't need it, but for everybody who does need it, here you go.
Great. So your magic lights now light up the tunnel, and you send it back. And now you can see that at the end of the tunnel, there are 5 figures with pickaxes excitedly high-fiving each other because they have broken through the back wall of this ice wall. At this point, we're going to take a break, and we will be back in 10 to 15 minutes.
Woo. Wow. My stomach hurt from all of that laughing, but
Wow.
thank you all so much.
Uppies.
Uppies.
I want a t-shirt with Latreyu art on it that says Uppies.
Uppies, yes.
It'll be like
With the hand like
Latreyu.
this.
We gotta have Latreyu and then like the rest of the
Giant set of
party little
hands.
next to him.
Yep, like uppies.
Yep.
Oh
Uppies.
my god. And Shireen's just like, not this.
So thank you all so much for the stream, for watching. We'll be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. So again, thank you all so much. If you'd like to talk about what's going on in the stream, and of course you can join us at our Discord. We have a Discord section specifically dedicated to Lords of Faerun, where you have like a fan art, non-spoiler, as well as a spoiler section. And we look forward to talking to you all about what's going on in the campaign. Such a great time. Yeah, we'll see you soon in 10 to 15 minutes. Bye for now. All right, and we are now back for the second half of Lords of Faerun. So, Lisa, take it away.
Well, you all are standing at the entrance of this tunnel, ice tunnel, in the side of a glacier. You have gathered from your own investigations that there is a group of people digging into the ice at the end of it. And you hear their shouts of excitement from below of having broken through this ice wall. Those of you who do have dark vision, you still won't be able to get a very good look at this because it's probably like 50 to 60 feet in. But you can see that they have hit a part of the wall and broken through it where there is nothing on the other side. So they've hit some type of hollow space behind the wall.
I am immediately going to kind of head up to the front of that and like attempt to kind of like shh them, like, please.
So just to clarify, how tall is this tunnel again?
It's about 8 feet tall.
Okay, so I am definitely going to have to be like this the entire time. Okay, good.
Yeah, you have to crouch down a bit to get through it.
Okay. Keep it up.
Okay, so Elliot, you are running towards the end of the tunnel and just doing this, basically. Shh.
I'm doing that, and then I think what I will do is when I get to the front, like whoever like just broke through and is like the closest one to that exit, I will cast protection from energy for cold damage on them.
Okay, great. The person who you cast this on is a dwarf, and you get to this group, you cast your protection spell, and that just, they look at you so surprised. And one of them does pick up an ice axe and say, who are you?
Sorry. I'm Elliot. Pleasure to meet you, but there are dragons on the other side of that wall, and they are quite capable of killing everyone here. So I wanted to assist in preventing that from happening.
They look at you and then look at each other and say, we know, that's why we're here. We want their treasure.
Sure, but however, I assume you want to walk away from their treasure alive, correct?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay. Okay, good.
Do they want to get out of? I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Persuade them to be alive.
Yeah.
To want to live.
That's going to be at 18.
Okay. You get through to them. One of them looks at you and says, "Oh, I get it. I see. Do you get it? So if we're loud, they might find us." And then the others are like, "Oh, okay." Precisely. Oh, and there's a really tall one that's like, "Oh yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Yes, but great job. Excellent job getting through here. Very wonderfully done.
Thanks." Yeah. You see them kind of like high five each other again and like do some elbow bumps. The orcs are kind of like doing that bro thing, bouncing booties.
Chest bump a little softer chest bumps.
Okay.
But good.
And the rest of you, have you proceeded down the tunnel as well?
He would have, at the minute Elliot head off, Latrell would have hit right away because he would have made sure they could follow with him.
Okay, Shireen, are you still?
Yeah, if they're moving deeper in, I'll shrink back down.
Okay, so you all gather now at the end of the tunnel, and the group has been so excited that they barely even realize that there's now a whole crew of people standing behind them. And as they start to realize this, the dwarf from earlier, who spoke first and has seemed to be a bit of a leader here, speaks up and says, "Okay, you didn't tell us that you had friends here to you, Avis."
Perhaps if I had fancied you.
What?
You did not ask. You should have asked.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Dang it. So do you have friends here?
I do indeed. These are some of my friends.
Okay. Do you want to help us find this dragon horde?
That
We
would be
will.
wonderful, fella. First things first, though, I do need to ask, how long have you been in this tunnel?
Oh, it's been about 5 days.
Right.
Jesus.
Now,
And then
I wouldn't be the kind of person I am if I didn't ask if you've been making sure to hydrate and eat.
yeah, I have some bread. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
And then the tallest orc says, "I'm in charge of the bread. I'm in charge of the water. Actually, I didn't mean bread. I meant water. I have water for everyone." And then they open their like jacket, and you see just like pouches of water lining their inner jacket.
Yeah. We do want to go in there and help you out. And personally, I'd like to make sure that you don't die in whatever this endeavor is of yours. So would you like us to go have a look first, and then y'all can come in when we make sure there's something you can actually take without turning into a block of, what was that you were talking about the other day, Shireen? Rabbit blood popsicles, I think is what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Without turning into rabbit blood popsicles, we can go and look first, and then y'all can come in. I promise we're not particularly after treasure here. We have a bit of a different mission in our minds.
The dwarf from earlier says, "Oh, well, we have to, you can, I mean, I don't think there's any rules about getting help, but we have to do this. We can't just wait for you to do it for us. That's the whole point, is to prove that we can, like, you know, take care of the people in our village and be strong leaders and stuff. So yeah, no, we got to go with you."
Latreo steps forward from that, completely understanding that concept. And he kind of points to him, bending down, says, "Who's the strongest group?"
You see the orc who had the water pouches, raise their hand, say,
Is
I'm
the
pretty
Trey about to first day of prison this, or am I completely misreading the situation?
Oh no. It's because he relates to the idea of needing to represent that he's strong and present himself like, you know, protector and such like that. So he kind of points towards the orc and says, "It's your job to look after others. They don't
Okay.
take harm." Okay.
"Yeah, I can do that."
Okay. He nods. He says,
Well,
"But
if you all do what we tell you to, then you'll get to show your people that you are much stronger than they thought, because we are going to kill the dragons, and you, because you're helping us, will get to say that you also killed the dragon."
And you see their eyes light up in excitement. This is great. The dwarf says, "This is great. Okay, what are your names? Because like we got it. Okay, let's team up. I'm what is my name? I'm Stoof. I'm Stoof. That is actually not a made up name. I did write it down. I don't know why.
His name is Stoof. I'm Fred. The other one is Dumb, and then that one is me. You know,
Tall one. No, they all have names. Even though it sounds like I made it up on the spot. I made it up 2 hours ago.
"Oh, that was funny. That was funny."
Perfect.
Yeah, that was perfect. Yeah, it's stupid.
Spectacular to meet you, Stoof.
Thank you.
I'm
And
Elliot.
Stoof, hi, Elliot. Stoof points to another dwarf and says, "This is Kay." And Kay says, "Hi." Kay's a lady dwarf. And then Stoof points to the half-orc dwarf and says, "This is Leor. Hello." And points to the two orcs, and the one with the water says, "This is Rollins." Points to Rollins and says, "This is Rollins." And then the last one is a female orc named Pilka. And they all kind of like grunt their hellos. "Hello, hello, hello."
Latreo.
I'm Jesse. It's great to meet y'all.
Hello.
Latreo, I will be up front, so as long as you stay behind, you should be fine.
Again, I do want to point out to everybody, our plan here was more of a stealthy information gathering sort of trip. We're not actually killing them at the moment. I hope that is clear to people. We are looking for an easier way to kill them.
Oh, yeah.
With bombs.
Right.
I don't think
Yes.
if they heard this noise, which I'm pretty sure they did because of all the digging and such, stealth is no longer an option. But we will see.
My spear doesn't seem to be going haywire at the moment, so I think maybe they didn't hear yet.
We shall see.
Can I detect if like the hole that, you know, whatever they broke through has revealed any sort of like evidences that that area is easily, you know, like populated by the dragons? Like if it's something that they can easily, like, you know, like was it in the middle of their throne, or is it just like in the side kind of thing?
You want to just look in? Just look in. See
Sort of like have my invisibility on just in case. Wait, can I just do that? Wait,
yeah, you cast it, but you never uncast it. So.
Oh, so I've been like invisible this whole time.
Just talking.
You can
just random talking of invisibility. That's sweet. So I'm gonna just look in, and see, you know, if there's anything to see there.
Yeah. So you step inside this entrance, invisible yourself. The light from your magic lights slightly casting into the entryway, and it just looks like a tunnel of some kind. But there's nothing else right here. There's no signs. There's no treasure. There's no thrones. There's no like signs of anyone in this immediate area.
Cool. So I go back go back in and basically tell them that good news. I don't think that our noise has made that much of an impact because the other side is just a tunnel. So I think we can still keep up with our stealth plan.
Oh, that's quite a relief then. Good.
You see the female arc very dramatically like wipe her brow like, whew, that's a close one. Okay. Now that I know about stealth, I'm very aware of the need for it. So thank you for that lesson.
You're welcome. And you can hear the voice. Just so from now, just a little bit of a retcon. Helena is wearing a hat.
Okay.
So you can know like where exactly the voice is coming from for everybody.
And the orc Pilka says, thank you, invisible friend. We really appreciate your help. Thank you.
Now, a short word of warning, if you are going to be following us, that one and that one, he's pointing to Latreia and Shireen, it might be tempting to just stare at their traps while they're working, but I can assure you, if you do get lost in the gaze of their amazing muscles, you might fall over, so keep your eyes on the prize.
Pilka says, I mean, I have traps.
I mean, you do. As
traps.
do I, my friend. As do I. I'm just
Hers
saying.
are bigger than yours.
You know, Shireen, you keep poking me today, and I appreciate it.
You're the one that compared yourself to me, and I just feel like I need to clarify some things with that assumption.
I mean, you asked me if I was flirting, and then I try to do it, and then it's just.
You flirt by saying that we have the same size traps when we clearly
I never
do
said
not.
I was that good at it, but
well, that's fair.
That's why all of that is confusing. I'm like, he just starts to make his way inside the tunnel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go as well.
Okay. So this clearing, most of you, except maybe Helena, most of you will have to dip down to get into the tunnel. But Latreia, you go first, and whoever else follows. Go once you enter this entrance. As Helena said, there appears to be a tunnel that you've tapped into. Extending down in one direction, the tunnel continues, and then you can see, if the magic lights have also come into this, for those of you who don't have dark vision, you can see that there seem to be some branches up ahead.
Could I be next to Latreia? Because I've got the spear of warning, and I feel like That'll be real helpful.
Absolutely.
Davis is behind Shireen.
Okay. Actually, let me write this down. So Latreyu first.
Yeah.
Elliot would
Jesse.
follow close by.
The lights would be nearish, Latreo. Just for the benefit of those who can't see,
Okay.
which is not
Anybody,
Helena, obviously.
Anybody,
yes.
not Helena.
Which is not Helena.
Not
Of course
Helena.
not.
Of course not. Even though everybody
Helena
else,
can see everything.
She can
Yes,
see
you're an elf.
everything.
You can see everything, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, the marching order is pretty much Latreyu, Jesse, and where was Shireen in that? Because Avis said you.
I'm trying to figure out that mind puzzle of Avis is behind me, so I'm in front of Avis.
Right, that's what I was thinking too.
But they're in the front. So
And so
don't know.
Elliot, hold that thought. Elliot, were you wanting to be in the middle or the back?
The middle.
Okay, so then we'll put Elliot next. Helena.
Probably in the middle, just
Okay.
so that
So-
it's easy access to show where the lights are, you know.
So we'll do Elliot, Helena, and then Shireen and Avis.
Sure.
Okay. And then the dwarves and the orcs. Shireen, Avis.
How old are you, anyways?
Who said that? I just didn't see.
Oh,
Was that
me.
Shireen? Okay, sorry, I wasn't looking. Yeah. Are you saying that to just the group or to anyone in
I'll
particular?
turn around since the kids are behind me. I'll turn around and ask them.
Okay. So Stoof speaks up and says, well, we're at that, the precipice of adulthood, they would say in our village. So as a dwarf, I personally am 49 years old. Kay is also a dwarf, so she's 49 as well. And then the orcs, well, that half orc, and then the other orcs, they're what is, are you like 10 years old? And then Pilka's like, yep, I'm 10. I just I turn 11 real soon. And so Shireen, Rollins sees your face and says, "Oh no, it's when as orcs, like we age differently. So I'm almost an adult. Don't worry about me." 11 for a human like you wouldn't be the same as for orcs, and you realize that they also think you're a human because
I'm not
you're
a human.
size.
I can live up to 600 years.
It's
How dare
okay.
you?
What?
Our
Oh,
human,
I'm sorry.
Our human friend is very delusional sometimes. It's okay.
You look pretty human to me.
We'll smack Avis on the back of the head.
Oh god. Are you not? You're not human?
No, I'm a storm giant. I just.
Very much human.
Do you want to physically battle me? Because I will physically battle you. I don't care
Physical
where we are.
violence isn't my thing, but I will.
Yeah.
I will
Well,
leave
then you
that to
better
you.
stop
and the
running
train.
your mouth.
The kids, as you call them, just kind of like, some of them look really confused and others kind of laugh like, the storm giant?
One of these days, bang, zoom, right?
Listen, I don't need to prove anything to you. I'm confident in who I am.
Get up.
Pilka says, that's right, sister. You just tell him, if you're a storm giant, if you believe you're a storm giant, then you're a storm giant.
I can't show you right now. I'll bring down the whole cavern.
I'll show you later. You'll see. You'll all see.
Oh my god. How did this happen?
No one knows. Okay, so you all are proceeding down this tunnel, and at the end of it, you come to a fork where there are 3 different directions you could go in.
Latreo is going to look on the ground for tracks using his normal tracking method of in the forest. He's going to look on the ground for like either dragon-based tracks or something along those lines that can give some idea of where to head to.
And as Latreya does that, I would try to use primeval awareness to see if I can sense any sort of general feeling for the location of these dragons.
Yeah, can you tell me tell me exactly what that is?
So it's a ranger spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile. It doesn't reveal how many or the exact location, but could possibly help.
How does it manifest? Is it just a feeling you get, or
it's something? It's a feeling based on, I guess, familiarity with the creatures.
Yeah. So this feeling actually has been growing in you since you got into the tunnel, and it's just getting stronger and stronger the further into these tunnels that you get.
Latreya rolled a 24 for that survival check.
Nice.
Okay. So Latreya, you take a look at the ground, and you don't see tracks like footprints of any kind, not even animals or anything. But what you do see is that there are some icicles. In my brain, I'm calling them stalactites and stalagmites, but made of ice. So the stalagmites you see are on the ground, these inverted icicles, I guess you could say, and then above on the ceiling, there are some icicles that have dripped down to create the stalagmites. But you see that they're like, they're kind of maybe like 5 inches above and below in size.
Which path is it? The one in the middle, left or right?
Oh, where you're seeing this?
Yes.
You're seeing it in the chamber that you're in right now. And then the icicles and stalagmites kind of continue into each direction, but they're like of all different sizes, so you can definitely step around them and stuff.
Okay. Does it give an idea of perhaps where it may lead to? Like if perhaps one of these icicles is stronger and specific or more numerous than one of these tunnels, it kind of gives the idea that perhaps the dragons are down this direction per se.
You see that the stalactites are more numerous to the left. The stalagmites are more numerous straight ahead. And then there's a good mixture of both to the right.
What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
I would just like to make a little bit of a slight retcon thing. So Jesse has, a point of continuity. Jesse did not at any point put his wings away, so he is hovering, basically.
All right.
Can I try and make Jesse wants to take one of his gloves off and actually try and do a temperature check to feel which of these routes seem like they're colder.
Okay. Go ahead and do a survival check.
Okay.
Why that dice roll sound
natural
scary?
20 with 23.
Okay. You hold out your ungloved hand, and you being someone from a tropical place from the ocean, you can kind of sense when things are even colder than they should be. Probably not liking it much. And of the 3 directions, you feel that the coldest is coming from the left.
That'll be the one with the stalactites, not the stalagmite. So as he sees Latreya noticing this, and he takes off his glove and just sort of does a temperature check as well, and kind of elbows Latreya a little bit. It's definitely colder that way.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
He looks towards behind the others and says, probably
Glove
down
back
here.
on.
Probably down this road. And he starts walking.
Okay.
Do we want to
have,
go directly to where the dragon is?
Well,
Is that what we want?
That's his goal. He nods, looks behind like, yes. And he just keeps...
I think so now.
I'll follow Latreia.
I don't know what everyone's capabilities are. This is not something I can do, but do any of y'all have a way to sort of make us quieter?
Oh. Yes. Sorry. I forgot about that. That would be that'd be very good. Everyone. Hush. And I will cast Pass Without a Trace on the group.
I'm also going to turn off my lights. And before I do, I'm going to tell everyone, okay, guys, I know you, for the people who needs to see, I'm going to have to turn off my lights just because we have to be safe. But if you need help seeing things, please just hold hands so that, to help the people who can't see, which I think, might be some of us around here. Definitely not me, though. So I'm going to turn off the lights now. Turn off the lights.
And now she's blind.
Pretty much.
Avis will take Helena's hand quietly in the darkness.
Oh,
Would you like us?
that's very nice.
Would you like us to roll that stealth check there, do you?
You continue. So Elliot casts Pass Without a Trace on the party. You all continue. If you do want to continue and do your stealth check now, then yes.
And add 10 to your stealth check.
Thank God, because this was a real bad stealth check.
Natural 20 for Avis for a 34.
Yeah.
That's
Oh, that was-
crazy. 17 for Jesse, which is, even though I'm floating, like 17.
Your wings could have grazed,
Yeah.
the icicle or something.
You're screaming for no reason.
Or that.
So,
7 for Shireen.
27?
I rolled
Nice.
I rolled an 18. I have plus 12 in stealth, so that's a 30 plus the 10 that Diana Elliot has given, so that's 40
Good.
for stealth.
Jesse's
She's
looking
basically
at us
like-
right now.
Helena's
invisible?
invisible. Yeah.
She's
You're a
invisible, but
shadow.
also like invisible.
Like you're like a black hole. People look at you and it's just like nothing, vibrating nothingness.
So somehow Latreia, even though he's 9'5", rolled 15. So that gave me a 27.
Wow, you all are really good at stealth.
Don't know how that happened.
I got just a natural 20 total.
Whew. Well done, everybody. Okay, so you proceed without making a tiny bit of noise, leaving no trace at all, no tracks, nothing, not disturbing the stalagmites or the icicles on the ceiling. And as you continue down this path to the left, it widens to a bit of a chamber, which is more of the same, more icicles on the ceiling, sparser stalagmites that have actually gotten bigger, but still more numerous stalactites on the ceiling. And it continues on past this chamber.
Hold on a second. Are we in its mouth?
In what's mouth?
The dragon's mouth?
Do you want to do a perception check?
Fucking teeth?
Do you want to do a perception check?
Yes! I failed!
So you think you're in the dragon's mouth.
Ah!
I cut it off towards the end.
Not this!
Do you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Shireen,
What?
quiet.
We're inside it!
We are not.
Look, its teeth are all around us.
This is stone. Dragons are flesh and blood.
Also, white dragons are not that big.
We don't know.
Well, we kind of do because we have pet white dragons, so they're not that big.
Aren't they young or something?
They are young, but dragons
Told you all
are
she
great
was
creatures, but
delusional.
still not
That big.
that big. And decidedly not rock.
Avis turns to the kids and say, I told you she was delusional.
I'm
gonna-
it's
Punch you in the face.
that's fair, but we're going to be fine. We just gotta keep going.
Well, if we get swallowed, don't come crying to me.
I surely won't.
Elliot, your sense of you have felt your primal sense get stronger and stronger. Again, the deeper you get into this area.
Mouth, throat.
Okay. The dragon is close.
It's really close.
Not that close. We're on our way.
I don't like this.
I know. It is terrifying.
I don't like being small. I don't like being surrounded by walls. I don't like any of it.
Don't worry, I'll keep all of us safe. Hey, just keep moving.
All right. So do you all continue down?
Yeah,
Yes.
DM, I have a question. Can I make a perception check just in some of these icicle stalactites and stalagmites? Am I starting to see any frozen things?
Frozen bodies.
Like frozen pieces of bodies, frozen coins, frozen anything along those lines?
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception on that.
Natural 20 for 27.
Why is that die so loud?
It's because I'm doing the Sam Riegel thing.
It's like
which,
Just drop.
Yep. That Dolby Atmos dice.
yeah.
This Die Hard dice that they sent me is so heavy. Like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It-
Oh my god.
it is like it's a monster.
It's heavy.
Yeah, it's
there's
beautiful.
I love it.
There's some big boys.
Yeah.
You roll it on the thing and it still makes a noise.
Yeah, exactly,
Yep.
exactly.
It still makes a noise.
Nice.
I'm going to.
Oh, one second.
sorry. Sorry.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
So you rolled perception on
Oh.
the ice to see if there's anything in the ice. You notice that this area does seem to have a bit of like dirt mixed in with the ice.
Okay.
It's still mostly ice, but it's becoming earth.
Can I keep that active look going?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
With a nat 20, you can.
Okay.
Okay, so Elliot.
I'm going to ask Ash, my raven, to fly ahead and just kind of give him a little cookie and just say, would you just fly up there? See how close we are.
Okay. Ash takes the cookie and then flies off from your shoulder, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Ash have stats to roll or what? Yeah, what?
Yes. Sorry, let me pull that up real quick. Ash does have stats. Ash has great +3 to perception. So Ash has, that's pretty much his strongest skill, and he also has mimicry, which he is not going to do right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and roll perception for Ash.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That's going to be a 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ash flies ahead, and are you able to communicate with Ash separately, or do they need to come back to you?
They need to come back to me.
Ash comes back a minute later and tells you there's another wall further
boy.
ahead.
Well, did we bring any of those pickaxes by any chance?
The kids chime in and say, we don't go anywhere without them. It's part of our culture.
Well, fantastic.
Perhaps Perhaps I should take care of the wall. I don't doubt your considerable strength, but it would be best for us to be a bit quiet.
I can help with that if you need it,
yes.
Davis. I can light things up a little bit. Maybe if it's ice, at least I can help melt it.
Well, maybe that may be useful.
Okay, so do you proceed to this wall further ahead?
Yeah. The trail
Okay.
hasn't stopped moving. He just like.
Oh, all right. So then you have reached this wall. Okay.
Avis will take out his flute and play a very almost silent hum through it. And I would like to cast Reduce on the wall, on just that section of the wall in front of us.
Great. And Jesse, was there something you wanted to also do? in tandem?
Well, if it is ice, I can help melt it, but I'm going to see if his spell takes first.
Okay. You just like focus in on a section of the wall that could be a bit of an entryway of sorts for you, and you're able to reduce that. I'm literally just trying to imagine logically how this would work with reduce. You are able to carve out a section of this ice wall, and at the bottom of it, in about half the size of me, there's a lump of ice now, and about 4 feet in, you see the glisten of coins glittering in the ice, and you hear something shifting on the ice on the other side.
So the wall is still in place and we hear this?
There is now a hole in the wall that goes 4 feet into it, carved straight through it, and on the other side is another room, chamber. Your spear of warning is now lighting up.
So, mechanical question.
Yep.
This reduce lasts a minute, correct? So we would, if we wanted to get through that section, we would have a minute before it gets back to normal.
Oh my God, that's how you die.
Avis
I
just
don't know
takes the
about
ice
you.
and he puts it in the bag of holding.
Sorry, say it again, Avis?
He just takes the ice and put it in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, that takes care of that.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, very smart. Very smart.
500 pounds, right? How much does that wall weigh when it's not reduced?
I'll allow it. It's like, that's a, no,
It's
you
a-
got it.
it's awesome.
It's great.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Just imagine it's like, well, you reduced it down and it was already going to be at like a hunk of ice on the ground. So yes, you put it in your bag of holding. Okay.
So Latrell steps forward, and you just see a mark, kind of a rune, kind of appears on his right shoulder. And as he uses the frost rune from his skill set to give himself a +2 on strength checks and strength constitutions going forward, because he hears the noise. And there's definitely anybody in the front would definitely see that smirk starting to appear, which Elliot definitely knows it's about to go down.
Just
Elliot sees it and just, all right.
Jesse is
Helena
gonna
is shaking
touch.
her head.
Yeah, Jesse's gonna touch Latrell just on the shoulder. He's like, remember, we want to be like the river carving the canyon, not like the tsunami washing the town away. So maybe we want to let the sneaky sneakies go in first and just look for a better form of attack.
Helena is shaking her head, but nobody can see because she's invisible.
We feel it. We feel
The
it.
hat is moving back and forth. You all need to roll initiative.
Oh,
Shit.
well,
Damn it!
Oh my God. I thought the plan was not to do this.
Avis has known from the start this was where this was
Oh
going.
yeah, Latrell definitely knew.
11.
A dirty
22 for Avis.
A dirty 20 for Helena.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wait, who has above 20?
I do Avis.
Avis.
22.
All right.
22.
21.
Hey.
So Avis, Latreyu, and then who has 15 and up?
I think Helen and I both at 20, but I think Elena, your dex is probably 4, right? Or 3.
No, I rolled a 16 plus 4, so it's 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it'll be
30.
Helena than myself because my
All right.
dex is lower than hers.
Okay, so Avis, Latreyu, Helena, Jesse,
Yeah.
and then who has below 15?
I had 11.
All right, Shireen. And I gotta roll the little babies.
Did Elliot get
The
an
little
extra 1? Is this
49-year-old
what happened here?
babies.
Oh, damn.
Shireen was 11, right? And Elliot, what did you roll?
Of 1.
Okay, so it'll be the kids after Shireen, and then Elliot, and of course. Oh, okay.
Get my mind into like dope monk stuff right now.
Dope monk stuff. Okay, so actually I should have said this before you rolled initiative, but we'll be ready for it when it comes. You all have to roll a DC saving throw of sorry, let me describe it narratively first. A cold rip of coldness just funnels down this opening that you've created. So you all roll. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, DC 19 saving throw. Constitution.
Oh, okay. Oh, perfect. I'm good with that.
Is this a cold effect, right? So I would
Yes.
have advantage
Yeah,
on
this
that
is-
now because
Oh,
the
yeah.
boots.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely.
Elliot fails.
Okay.
Rolled 8. I rolled an 18, so I think I failed as well. I think.
Okay.
Keep dropping this dice on the floor. Charlie. Ready to go. Oh no, I'll use it for more. Okay. No, I don't remember except that was
I too have advantage, right, because of the boots.
yeah, you do. I had
Which one?
18.
The
What are
same
your
boots
boots
that.
Oh yeah,
so
okay,
it's
that's
the
right.
boots that you gave, yeah.
Yes, that Yimmer gave you. Okay. Yes.
So I'm gonna roll again.
Okay. Sorry, I have to reach out of frame for a second.
Don't worry.
So I got an 18, and my saving throw is +2. So
Unfortunately,
I
even with the
just
cold
made it.
resistance, even with the cold resistance, I failed. I rolled an 18.
So good thing I crossed the frost through the time, but it wouldn't matter. I rolled a solid 30. So your boy was
All
ready.
right.
Your boy was ready.
Yikes.
Your boy was ready.
4, 10. Almost have enough 8s.
Go
Sorry,
for
what
it.
was the DC, Elisa?
19.
Constitution?
Yes. Yes.
Almost has have enough dice because.
Oh yeah. This gonna probably get pretty. That laugh though.
Those kids are dead though.
Those kids are dead.
We should have left them. Those 50-year-old children.
Oh my gosh, those poor children.
Would somebody please thank the children? Well, I mean, it's a rite of passage, and it was
They
their
did
choice.
not make it.
There's a rite of passage, and then they're sending someone to their death. And I think those things are different in my
Okay.
mind.
Just a little bit.
Okay, so those of you who were successful, you will take 22 damage, cold damage.
So that's half.
Mm-hmm. And those of you who failed will take 45.
I have 230 HP. I will never die.
Oof.
30 HP, so I will.
I'm
die.
invincible. So invincible.
Davis, did you have all the healing potions, correct?
I would have probably handed them out to everyone. So there's 5 of them. Which I don't know who else wanted to have a healing potion.
They were greater or supreme or
Could
what
we
was
greater.
say that Elliot has one?
greater? Okay.
Could we
Okay.
finagle that?
Helena will probably pass it
Your
to
kids,
Elliot.
wow, your kids actually, okay.
They didn't quite die just yet.
Yeah, your kids are still standing. Only one of them, with taking that half damage, is just frozen like a popsicle. Only one of them, and it's the male dwarf.
The leader.
What's the sweet baby's name?
Stoof.
Nope, not Stoof.
No, Stoof had resistance to cold damage.
Oh, huh.
Wait, where's my list?
I thought Stoof was the leader.
Yeah, I thought Stoof was the leader.
Hold on. No, the male one. Stoof is not male.
Oh.
Sorry, I have so many notes. Come on. Are you really? Oh, it's on a different document. That's why. Sorry. Okay, so it's. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all are right. There's no male dwarf. There's only the female dwarf Kay, who is the one who took the damage.
Who is Stoof?
Yeah, who is Stoof?
Stoof is any pronouns. They mostly they them pronouns.
No, but who are they?
Are they dwarf? Right?
Stoof is a dwarf. Yeah.
No, there was a dwarf. Okay.
Yeah. There was no male dwarf. My apologies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Kay took that damage, and actually Kay took full damage. The rest of them took half. So they look not great, but they're still standing. Except Kay is a popsicle.
Oh my god! Not this.
Not like this. Not like this.
Stoof looks at Kay and just says, and they all kind of look like they're backing away.
Oh my
Good.
god! If
Yes.
you leave
Run.
your friend there, I'm telling your whole tribe, you're totally failing.
Gonna rat him out. You're gonna rat him out.
I'm not sure what side Shireen is on.
Take him with you.
Helena is like, run. Get Kay out of here and run out of here.
All right.
For the love of God, please go.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. Helena and Shireen roll persuasion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whoever wins.
It hurts. The stomach hurts. Like, don't run. Run. Don't run.
Yeah.
Run, but take your friend with you, you coward.
I got a 22.
Right, exactly.
22.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, my charisma's not great. It was an 8. I'm only there to confuse.
I also said they bolt without their friend. I said, carry your friend and take them with you.
So Rollins, the male orc, hears that and comes back and tries to lift Kay, but Kay is stuck to the ground. Kay is a stalagmite.
Oh, poor
you
Kay.
called it, Jesse?
Just go. I will deal with that one later. You all need to get out of here now.
Oh, they're gone. They ran.
That is so.
They heard all.
I'm telling their whole tribe.
Poor Kay. Is there no way to save Kay?
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your cow.
Shame.
Well, I mean,
It's ringing the bell.
if they brought Kay home, they'd have proof that they made it to there.
It's true.
So this was a Dex throw, right? Sorry, con, not
Con.
Dex. Never mind. Okay, so no evasion for me.
Now we are in initiative, and you've already rolled. So Avis, you are first up.
Aos is going to fall back to where the statue is and look to Shireen, and he will tell her it would be a good idea for you to return to your normal size now, and he will hold an action to cast Enlarge on her.
Wait, you don't need to cast Enlarge on me though.
I mean, once you've returned to your normal size, I can then cast Enlarge.
Is the cavern big enough? Is my question.
Big mode.
There are dragons. You
big
can be
mode.
bigger than the dragons. I see no problem with this.
Does that mechanically work? What does the spell Enlarge do?
It will
just
double
makes
your
you
size
Mm-hmm.
and increase your size
I
category.
think if I do that, we all die. Like, aren't we in an ice
No.
cavern?
In the room with the dragons, not in this one.
How much room
It'll
is
be
that?
fine.
Oh yeah, how much room is in this place?
We haven't gone through yet. We don't know.
Oh.
We're still here.
So yeah, you're still in. You're not in the room with the dragons yet. They blew cold down the little tunnel that you created, the 4-foot tunnel. So you're still back. It's 8 feet high all around back in this tunnel.
Oh my God. Okay.
You're good enough for the dragon, so it'll be fine.
So yeah, so Avis, you're holding your action. Latreyu, you're up next.
Betrayal steps forward with, like I said, that genuine smirk on his face. Again, like teenagers, he definitely has that visibility vibe. And as he kind of slaps his chest and cocks his head to the side, he rushes forward as he definitely starts to grow a bit larger, initiating his giant's might as he transitions from his medium-sized to large-sized appearance. And
How are you going to fit in that 4-foot hole?
Did you do that after you got into the tunnel? Sorry, the hole is not 4 foot high, it's 4 foot deep. So it's probably about like 6 feet tall.
But the main area that he blew it in, right? That's what I mean. When he actually runs into the center area, that's what he's going to challenge.
So you run through the tunnel that Avis made, and then you enlarge.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So essentially, once we were in the main area that the dragon is supposed to be in, that's just what he's going to enlarge.
Okay, cool.
And then from there, I'm presuming I see, where is the dragon located at?
All right. So now that you're in the room, you see that you're in this large chamber and the ice all around you and in every direction. So the floor, the sides, the ceiling, it is glittered with gold and silver coins that have been embedded in the ice, almost like it's wallpaper. You also see mounds of mostly items. There's some coins kind of glittered in around you, or within these heaps of things. But you see items like whale tusks. You see helmets. You see some nice looking armor pieces and just all types of like treasure things.
Mm-hmm.
You see one dragon that is in the center of the room and another dragon that is further back. And on the back wall, you see encased in ice a face, a large face, humanoid. You would recognize it as a storm giant's face, male.
Papa?
Daddy, can you hear me?
Oh no.
All right, so to clarify 2 things, the dragons, how big are the dragons per se? Do they look huge? Do they look gigantic? How big do they look?
One of them is a young dragon, so it's about the size of your companions, about the size of a large horse, we'll say. And then the other one is an adult size, so it is larger. Larger than that.
Okay. All right. And then in terms of space up to the top, how much space do we have to the top?
It's quite high. This is a pretty large chamber, yeah.
Perfect. In that case,
what was that noise?
Yeah, I heard that too. I was like,
that was a dragon movement.
That was a dragon movement, pretty much.
What the fuck?
As we transition in, he's going to go towards the who was the one that's closest? The young dragon, I'm presuming.
The young dragon.
Okay, so yeah, he's definitely going to go after the young dragon, and then of course bring down his great sword and attack twice.
All right.
Let's see. Here we go. All right. Oh, well, the first one. You know what? First one is a natural 20. So I'm going to use the red Faerun. Put damage on that one.
Okay.
So he's going to need to make a DC, I think, 17.
Yeah, I already rolled, and this dragon did not make that.
Okay, so that dragon is now restrained, and he's going to take a lot of damage. So give me 1 second as I pull out the dice. My apologies. I did not know I was going to roll a natural 20, so I did not have as many dice written. 2.
Atreyu has chosen murder.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, destruction was already being cast. All right. This one, and then more.
Is this the chains?
Yeah.
The fiery chains?
The fiery chains has comes out.
DM question. How do you in your games handle potions? Bonus action or full action?
I would say to take a potion would be an action. Yeah.
Okay.
10, 20, 24, 4, 31, 31. 39 points of damage for the first one, and they're restrained. Now I get advantage on the second attack because they are restrained.
We really broke into these dragons' house and started hurting them. The disrespect.
The second one would
Latreo is mad.
Oh yeah, he's mad.
He mad.
Highly upset. Highly upset. And the second one is a 19. Does a 19 hit?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
While we're dealing with this damage, Helena or Glyza, Helena's player, wants to point out that she wanted to do this with a bomb, like small bombs, and then Latreo was like, "No, we gotta do it with honor," and he's just like, "No, now we're just going straight murder." Glyza, the player, is a little bit upset. A little bit upset about this.
No,
this is a teeny bit.
Oh, how the turns of tables.
This meets the minimum requirements for honor. You know, he did. It's fair. It's a fair fight. You know,
Yeah, how do you define honor?
Honor is the fact that they took away our dragon's home and now they're about to find the afterlife. That is 24 points of damage for the second
based on gossip.
Okay.
Hey, there's the dragon.
From a
All your
hoarder.
dragons are little liars.
Oh, that would suck. If my dragons are liars. And that's it for my turn.
What if your dragons are the bad guys and you're just helping them commit bad guy stuff?
You hold your tongue.
Our dragons are innocent. Our dragons are innocent, and my dragon is a frat boy. He is not a bad person.
Do you know
He's
who's a bad
dumb.
guy?
He's dumb.
Boys.
He's dumb
Right.
as heck, but he's a good frat boy. Treebush is a good frat boy.
Just
They do it
just saying good
sometimes.
frat boy and just see how that feels to your soul.
It feels terrible, but that is how Treebush is. So,
Helena, you're up next.
all right. Helena is gonna. All right. Helena, with her invisibility, should have. Let's see.
You have,
I'm
like,
gonna do a sneak
advantage?
attack. Do I have advantage to attack with a sneak attack?
What
What I'm
is
gonna
your-
try to do.
If you are still hidden, which you might be.
I am. I'm invisible.
If you're, yeah.
I've taken off my
Take off the hat. Yeah, I was like,
I take it off my hat, and I was just like, all right, I'm still invisible. So that gives me advantage to also the small dragon that Kira has restrained.
Yep.
Or the younger dragon. Cool. So I'm gonna do my sneak attack with my short bow, I guess.
okay. All right, you pull out your short bow, aim it at that young restrained dragon, which, by the way, is now wrapped in these fiery chains that have appeared from nowhere, from
Cool.
the rune magic of Latreu. And what
So
did you get on that?
I roll for 17.
Okay, that hits.
Sweet. And then it's just 1d6 piercing damage. Oh, plus my other. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do. I don't have enough dice. Let me just open all my other dice. Sorry, I'm gonna take a minute.
That's all right. The rest of you on the other side of this tunnel, you probably see a blaze of light, of like orangey red light as the fiery chains manifest and wrap around the dragon. You don't see that happen probably directly with your eyes, but you will see a flash of light.
Are we fighting dragons in the dark? Is that what we're doing?
There is light in the chamber that,
Okay.
yeah, you can see light coming out of that chamber.
It's not dark anymore.
Dragons, fighting dragons in the dark. That sounds like a band from Las Vegas.
So
Absolutely.
my damage is 30.
Okay. And you said it's psychic damage?
No, just physical
just regular.
damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Piercing. Sorry.
Piercing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, your short bow with this young dragon restrained, it pierces through those fiery chains and into the dragon's hide. The dragon kind of wriggles now, Not like that. That sounds like a person.
So we do speak Draconic, right?
Ow, 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 ow. The dragon roars in pain, like very dramatically.
That wasn't nice of you.
Okay, so if that's your turn, Helena, is that your turn? Then next up we have Jesse.
Okay, so first things first, Jesse is actually going to use his 45 movement speed to run in first. The wings are still out, but he's going to run on foot because he can move a little bit faster when he's running.
Okay.
45 feet. So I want to get through the tunnel. I want to see the layout of this room first, judging distance. How much space is there around the cavern? How much movement will it take me to get to the big one? Is my question.
All right. So across from side to side, if you look left and then right, it's about 90 feet across.
Okay.
And then from where you enter to the back of the room where that frozen giant face is in the ice, you see. Wait, sorry. You're about 60 feet from the back of the room.
About 60 feet from the back of the room.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 90 across, 60 in depth.
Okay. All right. I just have to figure this thing out here quick. Attack action. All right. So 60 in depth, 90. So then I'm going to use 45 movement speed. I'm going to burn a key point for Step of the Wind, which should take me all the way to the big one. I'm going to try to do 2 strikes against it with, and I'm going to hope for stunning strike.
Okay.
Let me just make sure that I'm using my points quickly here. So it's 1 for Step of the Wind. All right. So, +8 +7 does 21 hit the big dragon?
Yes, it does. And real quick, your Step with the Wind, how much speed do you get with that? Or
it allows me to take the dash action as a bonus action, so I can take my full movement.
90 feet.
45.
All right, great.
Yes,
So
I get 90 feet.
All right. That gets you right to that larger dragon. Yeah.
All right. So first step, I'm sort of judging, and I'm going to try and just use the butt of my spear to hopefully hit it in a place where I can try and stun it. So it would need to make a saving throw here. What is my DC? What is my DC? 17?
Think so.
Okay. Is that strength?
No, I think it's Constitution. Stun and strike, stun and strike, stun and strike.
It's Constitution.
Okay.
So my DC is 15. That's not 15.
So they passed that.
Okay, that's fine. So I still roll my damage on that anyway, and then too many tabs.
I hear you.
All right, so I am doing this two-handed. So, all right. So on that first one, we'll just take 5 points of damage, 5 points piercing damage. The weapons class is magical, if that makes a difference. And then I'm going to try for the second one to attack. Again, 20 to hit. Does that hit?
All right. Yes, it does.
I'm going to try again for stunning strike.
Okay. So your first blow lands on this white dragon before it even realizes you're standing next to it. But it's still standing there. Only takes a little bit of damage. And how did your second one do?
So second one is 11 points damage, but it needs to make another con save, DC 15, to see if it is stunned or not. And I'm hoping it's stunned because otherwise I am down the very first turn. It
It
hits
is
me.
not stunned.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, con saves are
Jesse
their
is there. That's where Jesse is. He's like, okay, big target. I need to try and stun this thing, and I've already used my bonus action, so I cannot flurry of blows.
All right. Is that your turn?
I think so. I just need to check if the Searing Arc Strike. Oh, okay, no, it's a bonus action too. Yeah, that's my turn. That's my turn.
Okay. Shireen.
So, is this the same day as 2 episodes ago?
Yes,
Okay.
but I think I told you.
I thought it was a new day.
Yeah, it's a new day.
Oh,
we
it's a new day.
we
Yeah,
slept.
yeah.
we
We
woke
slept.
up and all
You're
that.
talking about your lightning, right? Yeah.
Well, and I was
It's
going
a
to
new
say,
day
I'm not
from
sure
that.
what the recharge 5 to 6 means.
I
You
don't. I'm
roll a
not sure.
It
d6.
means, you roll a d6 every round, and if you get a 5 or a 6, it recharges.
Oh, cool. So that's during you while you're using it.
How many can I?
So if you use it now and then you roll a d6 and you get a 5 or a 6, then you can use it again. Is that right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that right? Okay. But I haven't used it today.
Yeah.
Nope.
That's right.
So I will use that. Are the dragons close together?
They are about there's like 5-ish feet between them.
Okay. I'm going to try and hit between them then so I can hit both of them. But yeah, I'll rear back and do the same thing that y'all saw when you met Shireen for the first time, but a lot closer up this time. And they'll need to make DC 17 dexterity saving throws.
Is this going to be Jesse as well needing to make this?
I'm assuming the dragons are big enough that if the lightning bolt's hitting like between them, that you're on the other side. So I think you're out of range.
Yeah, because one is large and one is huge, so there's no way we're getting caught in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the range on this?
So I can hit from 500 feet away, but the range is only 10 feet.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, Jesse, you're fine.
Okay.
If it's between you're like 15 feet away from where it's gonna hit. So
Okay.
you're fine. They both failed that actually.
Sick. All right, let me roll my 12d8.
Oh god.
55 points of damage,
Mm.
of lightning damage.
Okay. And yes, okay.
And then I want to use my action surge to do an additional action. And I'm going to see if we can just pop another one off really quick for fun.
Okay.
I rolled a 6.
Oh my god.
So I'll roll another one. DC 17 dex again.
Oh, got it.
Nice.
Oh, okay. So, the young dragon seems to be ready for this and just like skirts a little bit out of the way, avoiding that lightning strike. But the adult dragon does take that strike.
Okay, so 49's the total, and then the young dragon will take half, so 24.
Okay, that young dragon, even though it doesn't take most of the blow, it still keels over.
Oh, it's fine though.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's not dead.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
Elisa's like, all right, honey, whatever you say.
Roasted this dragon with lightning. Oh yeah, he's just unconscious.
It's fine.
He just takes a
It's
quick nap.
fine.
Just a little
be
toasty.
fine.
Just a little bit. He'll be fine.
Okay, so after Shireen, the young dragon is out.
Nice.
However you want to take that.
Oh, and sorry, can I use my bonus action to
sorry.
regain my size in the cavern?
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to just do it from where you're standing? Where do you want to?
If
Tell
I
me
can
more.
move through the, I can't picture the hole for some reason. So if I can move through the hole and then do it,
Yeah. That's fine. Yes, you move through.
I could have cast it from the other side of the wall, but I'll move after.
If you move into the chamber and then cast it, then you will not burst through ice walls. Let's put it that way. So yes. So now you're back at your 26 feet.
Well, and then Avis's held action
large,
goes up.
right?
Avis, would you like to go ahead?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Avion's playing a song, and she's 52 feet tall and 8 times as heavy. So I don't know, whatever.
Is there enough space in this cavern? God, God damn.
There is, but she's taking up a lot of it now. So in the best way.
You wanted big lady, yeah, big lady. You also do an extra D4 weapon damage.
Say it one more time.
You deal an extra D4 with your weapons.
Plus D4 damage. Nice.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay, so dragons.
Right.
Dragon.
Well, dragon.
Dragon.
The other one's sleeping. So cute.
You can see the mist like just floating. She's like, he's sleeping. Toasty.
So the dragon sees what happens to its young companion and looks at those of you in the room and also looks down into that little tunnel and sees the feet of the people standing on the other side of it. And you see its eyes just glowing with rage. And you all, everyone, has to roll a DC 14 wisdom saving throw.
Is this for the frightened condition? So Latreo's amulet starts to glow a little bit, and as the amulet glows, he kind of gives like a gentle smirk to the side. It's like, not today, because he's immune to fear.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What was that DC?
DC 14 wisdom.
Jesse is frightened of the thing. He can't move closer, but he's already on top.
Well, you're already,
so.
Helena makes it by just 1 point of 15.
Okay. So you are not frightened. The rest of you?
Can
I am
have
frightened.
advantage since I'm 52 feet tall?
How big is this dragon?
Yeah.
Shireen is like 52 feet. I would just want to see how big the dragon is.
So
I should be more afraid of her than the dragon.
I would say the dragon is like 40 feet. So Shireen,
right
I will
now.
give you advantage on that.
It's a kaiju battle right now.
Right now. I rolled a nat one.
Oh no!
I'm
Well,
frightened still.
So that confidence boost you got from being enlarged twice lasts very short, unfortunately.
Maybe I'm scared of myself, you know?
You're feeling very weird and literally
it's
out of body experience.
You're like scared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're also trapped with this like giant monster that's like, you know how like when you're trapped with an animal, you're like you're scared of them.
Have you been
And 'cause,
trapped
like,
with an animal?
I have pets.
And sometimes you're like, what, in the bathroom together, and they're like, I'm gonna
Sometimes
kill you.
it's one of those moments where you're like, damn it, this pet is gonna kill me.
They're gonna kill me.
So, Avis, did you? What was your DC?
What the 10? I failed.
Okay, and then Elliot. Oh wait, everyone had to roll. So
Yeah, Elliot failed. Elliot failed with a 12.
Okay, so you two are frightened for 1 minute, as well as Jesse, and I think and Shireen.
And does that just mean I can't move closer?
Yes, let me check.
And disadvantage if you attack while you can see it, I think.
And ability checks.
I can't remember if stillness.
Frightened. Okay, so a frightened creature has a disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature can't willingly move closer to the source of its fear. So this is for 1 minute.
Okay, got it.
All right. So the dragon is now going to make 3 attacks. Okay, y'all might. Oh wait.
So it's just while you see it. So if you lose like line of sight from it, you can roll the wisdom save again
Absolutely.
to get out of it. But otherwise,
happen.
You're stuck with it.
Oops.
Should I make it invisible and then just be like, here, you guys can't see it
I mean,
anymore?
listen.
Okay.
What you can't see doesn't hurt you, or something like that, right?
So Shireen, so the 3 attacks are against the people who are in the room, which is Shireen, Latreyu. Oh, Avis, you're in the room too, but you're.
Since I'm so big, can I I'll take full damage, but is there any way like the bulk of my body could keep one or more people from, or like maybe the attacks are at disadvantage because I'm just like obscuring them?
You're
Am I
not
creating
though.
any sort
I mean,
okay.
There's no. You're not really creating any cover for anyone right now. Like
everyone get behind my giant ass.
Yeah, you can make that move and tell people to move for next time for sure. Okay, so Shireen, the rolls were, I think you all will be hit because it was like
Even me,
22 and 26. No, not to you,
Oh, okay. Cool.
but the other 3 in the room. So Latreyu,
Oh yeah.
Shireen, and Jesse.
No worries.
And I know Avis, you're not in the room. Sorry. Keeping it all together. So the 3 of you, that hits, right? 22 and 26.
Yeah, that definitely
So-
is for me.
Okay. You're going to take, that was 17 damage for each.
Okay.
For all of us in the room.
damage?
For the 3 that I said. So Latreyu, Shireen, and that's Latreyu, Shireen, and Jesse, and that's piercing damage because the dragon has lashed out now with its claws and its mouth and just
17. All right. Okay.
just has a piercing bite and scratch against you all.
Don't be a little bitch about it.
So Elliot, you're next. Did I miss? No, yeah, okay. Elliot, you're next.
Okay. So what Elliot's going to do is, because Elliot's still in like the tunnel portion of this area.
Okay.
Elliot's going to take a few steps like back and like duck behind like the wall of the cave and like take a few breaths to try to shake off that fear. And in the meantime, we'll cast flame arrows on his quiver. So he'll do that, and then he will send his raven out to do something. Can he try to beat that wisdom saving throw at the end of his turn?
Yes, since you moved out of the line of sight, yeah.
Okay. All right, he's going to try. Okay, that's going to do it. That's going to be a 14 plus 2, so 16.
Great.
All right, so he will do that. The raven will fly out. Raven's going to fly like out. Tell me if I have the picture of this wrong, but like up and out and kind of past the dragons.
Okay.
Is there a way for the raven to get out of sight on like the other side of opposite to Elliot?
Opposite to Elliot. Yes, from the entrance of the room. Yes,
all the way on the other side.
Yeah, so to give you another explanation of this room, when you walk in, straight ahead on the back wall is that frozen storm giant face encased in ice. The face is not just floating, by the way, it's connected to a neck and shoulders as it goes down, but you lose sight of it below the floor. And then from the left wall to the right is about 90 feet. And then the dragon towards the back technically is probably like 90 feet from you as well, just because of the diagonal.
Okay. So
there's a young dragon on the floor between you and the large dragon.
Got it. So Ash is going to go over to the other side, on the other side, and use his mimicry since he was around our dragons when they grew up, he's going to mimic the sounds of a baby dragon crying to try to pull the attention of the dragons off of us as they are fighting. It's going to be tough, though. So the creatures that hear him have to make a DC wisdom saving throw of 10. So it's really easy, but
Okay.
there's a chance.
So the raven flew past the dragon.
Right. Like, so we're all fighting them on this side and the raven's like on the other side of us. So just to
Okay.
get them to like turn focus.
Like this
Oof,
one.
you're lucky. Okay. I just rolled just to see if the dragon would see the raven.
Okay.
pass
Yeah.
by,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
It did not. It's too
Okay.
short. Okay. So, and you said DC what?
10.
Wisdom? Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Wisdom.
Didn't make it. No.
Shit. Yeah. All right.
By a
Okay.
lot, did not make it.
Okay.
So this dragon has just lashed out at your companions and then hears above its head a baby dragon. Is it like a whimper?
Like a cry, like a distressed sound of a baby dragon.
And is just looks around confused for a second. Does that have any other effects?
Nope,
Mimicry?
it's-
Okay. All right. Okay. Is that your turn?
That is my turn. Yeah. I can't attack it anyway. So yeah.
All right. We're back at the top of the round with Avis.
Well, Avis is he is going to make the decision to come back to try and help this statue person later. It is going to step into the cavern. It is going to turn to the dragon and go, well, such annoying creatures, and it's going to use his cutting words ability. So, use up one of my things. I roll a D8 and just roll it on the thing. A D8. And it has to subtract 7 from its next saving throw.
Okay.
Then I, at 5th level, will cast Rotham's Psychic Lance. So it has to make an intelligence saving throw, a DC 19, and then subtract a 7 from its saving throw.
Okay. And so intelligence DC 19.
What a
Yeah, no
combo.
way. It's
What
just
a
there's no
combo.
way. Yeah, there's no way. No, it didn't happen.
Wow.
With that, it's but yeah,
Wow.
no. Okay, so what
That was
happens?
Nice.
It takes 34 points of psychic damage and is incapacitated until the start of my next turn.
All right. So, you see this dragon having just been confused by the sounds of a baby dragon crying nearby. Then take your psychic damage attack and just looks completely just almost shell-shocked, not moving. Okay. Is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right, Latreyu.
So Latreo kind of notices the glint that he tried to give, and he smirks. And then once he sees that there's that internal rage starts to build as he uses his bonus action to enter into a rage as a beast totem just appears around, not a totem, but actually an emblem kind of appears around his chest. And then from there, he kind of grabs onto the amulet. And as he grabs onto the amulet, he can kind of hear the voice of his adopted mother kind of speaking to him, almost in like an enchanting sort of way. And then a green, almost like figure kind of appears. And then you just start to see giant like runes appear around his body. Well, starting from his arm around his chest, all the way up to his face. And you can almost hear like chanting of like Fae like content in the background as he slowly starts to grow from his large size now up to huge size at his full storm giant form. And you can kind of see before she leaves the essence of his adopted mother transitioning back into his body. And he uses his amulet to transform into his storm giant. From
Wow.
there, he's going to use his, he's going to go ahead and do action surge and just rushes forward and just slices twice against this creature.
Okay. That was an amazing description, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Helena feels like Hawkeye, but
So I get advantage because they are incapacitated.
Incapacitated,
They
yep.
are perfect. Oh, so the first roll was a 16, so that would definitely hit. And the second one, okay, all right, so that would hit. Here we go. So this is gonna be a decent amount of dice coming in here. 4, and then this one, a D4. Okay. Oh. All right, I get to re-roll this one because that was the one. All right, perfect. 4, 10, 19, 21. 31 points of damage for the first one.
At that, the dragon keels over.
Oh, snap. So you see as he transitions, he kind of gives this snarl of like, this is just the beginning. And then when he comes forward, he just pretty much just slices twice against the midsection and then brings the blades into the back of his neck and almost like impales him in the ground and just stares at him.
You are out of combat.
Elliot
hell?
laughs and just like,
I think
Drea.
Latria needs to have some sort of anger management class of some
I
sort.
think that might be real helpful. Jesse's just gonna pop that healing potion because who knows if there are more dragons here. We were told they were a clan, so Jesse's gonna preemptively take a healing potion.
Okay.
Davis is going to go and see if he can carve that person out of the ice and heal them, if possible.
yeah, I would also like to go assist with that in any way I can.
Okay, so the two of you and whoever else wants to walks over to that back wall, and you see the face of it looks like a warrior, a storm giant warrior. He's handsome, whatever that means for you. I'm not even going to describe it. Just think handsome, whatever that is for you.
It's Throttle from
It's
Vikings
Throttle.
from Mars,
It's an
yeah.
American gladiator. Just kidding. And you see even just like battle markings on his face, encased in this ice, frozen in time. You see, the neck and the shoulders, like I said before, almost as if it's a bust. But as you get closer, you can see enough down and through the ice that his entire body is encased in this ice. How would you like to approach trying to dig this person out?
Can I
It's
cast
cool. I went to the child, for the record.
to what
To
was her
K.
name? K.
What's
Is
that?
that what you meant?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, I went back to... Avis went to the child.
I'm sorry. Got it. So you went...
50-year-old child.
Never mind. So that description
That's
still
okay,
stands.
because
but
Elena is.
I will actually go to the face. So
Okay,
I misunderstood that too. Okay.
Okay, got it.
Helena is also at the face person.
All right.
Looking
so,
at the thing. Yeah.
So let's go actually back to the hallway. Let's call it the hallway. Avis, you do go back through that small tunnel that you created back into the hallway, and you see Kay standing there, the dwarf, frozen as a popsicle. What would you like to do?
He's gonna pull out his dagger and just attempt to remove enough of the ice so that way he can check if he may still be alive, and if so, then he'll cast healing magic.
All right, go ahead and just roll. Let's see. I mean, digging someone out of ice. What would you like to use to roll?
Can I do something really quick? I think it might have an effect on the current scenario.
Well, are you still a biggins?
Yeah.
Okay. Does it? I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me.
Go ahead. What would you like to tell me? What you'd like to do? Let me see.
I want to control the weather,
Which
which with that I can change the temperature
Okay.
in the 5-mile radius.
Oh wow. Okay.
So maybe I just make it hot and everything melts.
You know what? Go ahead and do that.
Okay, great.
So Avis, this still happens. You start to dig with your dagger at poor little K dwarf. Diana and Elliot and Helena, you stand at the face of this storm giant encased in ice, and as you're staring, Shireen, you cast your storm magic. I forget what it's called.
Control weather.
Control weather. And as you're looking at the face of this storm giant, and Avis, as you're looking at Kay, you start to see the melting. You feel the weather get warmer. So you now see dripping, melting ice. You also hear two types of rumblings. You hear the rumblings of the glacier as it starts to calve and break into pieces underneath your feet and around you. And up above, you hear the roar of dragons. And at that, we're going to end our session.
Oh no!
What a cliffhanger.
I'm glad Jesse took that healing potion for 15 points.
And I'm glad Helena is still invisible.
Still invisible, yes.
We became less stealthy as it went on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Yeah, for sure.
that brought me so much pleasure because you were like, this is just a stealth investigation mission. And you just kept going forward. Like, I was like, well.
I blame Kira completely.
Absolutely,
It
as
was
you
great.
should.
It was very fun.
Latrell is going to take 200% of the blame. Stealth is not his strongest suit. He walks
Yeah.
in and slices and dices. Wow, what a session. I had so much fun. I hope you all did again. First of all,
Yes.
thank you so much again, Vana, for coming by.
Yay!
It was
Yes.
such a great experience. It's such a great experience. So, of course, if you like what you see here, you can, of course, join our Discord. And in our Discord, we will have a section for like non-spoilers as well as spoilers. We'd love to talk to you about the campaign. I think we did talk about most of what everybody's projects is going on, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, in that case, let's go see if there's someone that we can be able to raid. We're going to go ahead and raid. Oh, the D&D Live is currently going on at the moment. So, yeah.
Dragon book! Dragon book!
Yeah.
The dragon book!
Yes, I cannot wait. So we're going to go ahead and transition. Again, thank you all so much for coming by. We will be back for next week for episode 7, where we have to deal with more dragons. And Latrell is ready. And I will see you all soon.
All right.
Farewell.
All right, folks.
Farewell for now.
Bye-bye.